First, I'll start by defining our position a little bit more, and then I'll go into refuting some of the opposition's claims. First of all, we are not saying we should privatize, because privatization is already happening. We are saying in the subject of manned space exploration, we should increase our federal aid towards competitions and not towards subsidizing companies like SpaceX, because that would be just like subsidizing NASA, which didn't work in the past. We are looking toward putting the money into competitions, such as the robot one that sends something to the moon, because SpaceX already says that they're aiming for that in a year, and that's already working. So we're trying to have the federal government increase federal aid toward manned missions in the way of competitions and not subsidizations. Next, the SpaceX. The opposition talks a lot about SpaceX, and it is a very important company at the time, but they failed to mention anything about the 21 other companies that are going for Google's prize for landing on the moon, and about their efforts toward it and how far they are progressing on it. They also state that robots are very important to us, which they are, but there are some things robots cannot do. You all remember the little postcards you get with the Grand Canyon on them. You see the picture of the Grand Canyon, and it's really neat stuff, and then you throw it away. It's not that amazing. When you go to the Grand Canyon and you see it, it's really amazing. It's giant, and you can't really put into words what it is because of how grand it is, the colors in it. Picture just doesn't capture that. It's the same thing in going to the moon and in going to other planets, moons, and Mars. So when we have humans go, they can immediately assess the situation in a way a picture cannot. This is a dramatic help when going toward places like the moon. In one of the movies they made about it, one thing they emphasized was that they had to know different formations that they could just see. So being there is very important in being a human rather than a robot just taking pictures and rolling around, however high from the ground. Also, the robots have not brought back any rocks from the moon or from Mars. They've all landed, or they're currently rotating, taking pictures and data, which is very important. But researching the rocks and stuff within the planets might give us a further understanding of how planets work and other things that are very necessary for us to research. They also said that we need to put more funding into global warming. However, the space station conducts many tests on global warming. In NASA's website, it said that there are some things they don't even know yet, if they are influence global warming. First, they do not know the sun's effects on the Earth. They don't know, because we've only had the recording for so long, what it does. And so we need the International Space Station to continue their studies so we can find whether it's actually the sun working on the Earth or whether it's something we really need to deal with. In an article from our space website, they said that the test of combustion aboard the International Space Station will help humans deal better with the problems of pollutants, atmospheric change, and global warming, unwanted fires and explosions, and the incineration of hazardous waste. When we put people up into this, we find that we have to deal with many more problems, and we have to also reduce our costs and our effects on the environment, which is really important and which we can learn from in reducing our pollution and our global warming. This is why we should increase federal aid to the manned space exploration.